The words to me of Miran Sodin at the police station when just keep writing, keep writing. That's what he said to me on October the 30th, 2024. He disregarded me, like he brainwashed me during MKUltra. Just keep writing, just keep writing. It's not doing you any good, is what he insisted me during MKUltra. Well, the truth about Miran Sodin. The truth about the Miran Sodin is that I make Miran Sodin much smarter. Boštjan Poklukar grew up smart because of me. The truth is that inside of our house, these are the facts. What kind of audience? These are the facts about my audience. They had their people reprimanded for not doing the job in respect to my website. That is the truth. Miran Sodin boasted proudly, victoriously on October the 30th, 2024 during the transport to Psychiatric Hospital Ljubljana Polje. Just keep writing. Just keep writing. The fact of the matter is that they don't even trust their employees, their subordinates, with what they manage to collect from my blog, from my videos. Therefore, state prosecutors that they hired to work on my case. My main audience are people like Vladimir Putin, who was reprimanded in front of me by Sergei Shoigu. Sergei Shoigu stated in Moscow that he had to stop Putin at one point in time from watching my movies. Probably that was not meant in a good sense. People so paranoid in respect to their own workers, their own subordinates, about what they report to them, because they would love to put me inside of the jail, because they would give anything in this world for me to say something so that they would get grounds to put me inside of the jail. Moscow is watching my videos in hope that there will be something they could find Slovenian side could not possibly turn its back away from. They don't trust each other. They work together. Ruskis work together with the Slovenian side. The thing is, the Ruskis don't even trust the Slovenian side they hired to get me killed. About the audience, about my blog, who are the people that come and watch my blog? That's exactly who the people are. So Miran Sodin stated to me, just keep writing, just keep writing. Yeah, I am. I keep writing, and I keep doing my job. He was laughing at me when he said that at police station. And the truth is, fact of the matter is that he's growing every day, little by little. He's getting smarter. The truth is that he already grew a whole lot of smarter. He grew a lot of, he spent a lot of hours in front of the computer watching my videos because he didn't trust his subordinates, because he didn't trust his co-workers. And he just keep growing smarter. He just keep growing smarter. The words that he stated to me at the police station was so easy, so simplistic. It's the same with the Igor Juršić. It's the same with all these guys. It's like nobody knows you. Nobody knows. When I came to the police station, nobody knows nothing about what MKUltra is, nothing. But these people keep getting smarter. Keep getting smarter. That's why those sirens. Today they get just a little bit more smarter. You see, every time they get a little bit smarter, and there is nothing that makes them smarter than this level of my conscience, which I regained. My ability to point out about who these people really are, what went on. So I thought this would be important to share with you in respect to my audience, my precious audience. That's why I do it the way I do it. I do it in a really, to make them feel really also special. I make everybody feel special about it. It depends on what side you are, who you are, what exactly have you testified, etc., etc. I do my videos with a passion. I do it especially for the audience like Mir and Sudin. Thank you very much for watching this video. Let me give you a little bit hip hip hurrah. There you go. Keep coming back for more. Keep coming back for more. I don't even have to say subscribers. Till next time. That's why. Vladimir Putin had a problem. Vladimir Putin had an enormous problem. This problem is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger by the day. With the Vladimir Putin, it was also other people who had a problem. It was not an identical problem they had. Vladimir Putin had a problem with independent Eastern Europe, with the countries that proclaim independence from the Soviet Union. Actually, from Iron Curtain. The people that you see right there shared a common interest with the Vladimir Putin. It was definitely a problem, but a different kind of problem. Liability due to British laws, Constitution, due to United Nations laws, or you want to call that Universal Declaration of Human Rights, etc., etc. European Court of Human Rights, European Commission, U.S. Justice Department of State, U.S. Constitution, which citizen I became in 2000. The problem they shared was me being alive. That was the biggest problem. Putin wanted to portray me just as this guy here went on to, he is guilty for the stuff he did. He portrayed himself as a lunatic. He was a rotten individual, this guy. This guy didn't really care how the whole thing is going to come out. But Putin, or I should say Šefčovič, the Slovakian Šefčovič, they had a task to complete. They had a job to finish. And his job have just fallen further and further and further and further apart. Today, I proudly so invite these guys to spend more time on my blog, to devote more time to their hopes. And who knows, maybe something is going to come up for them. But so far it didn't. It looks like a good time everybody has. The fact of the matter is, just as Zajcek stated during MK Ultra, I am like a fish that you already hold in your hands and somehow just slips away, always, when you already think you have one. Now you guys did grab yourself with the balls, because the truth is out. just a little bit about the thumbnail here. It's a nice thumbnail. Putin wanted to demonstrate entire Eastern Europe as incompetent. Follow people like myself, and the British royals were of a great assistance to Vladimir Putin, to put it plain and simple. They work on a common plan. They continue to work on a common plan, and the plan is slipping away by the day, further and further. With their truth of today, the only thing they can do is view themselves in a mirror for what they really are. It used to be time when they view themselves in a mirror and they laugh in the mirror because nobody knew them. Today the whole world knows them. That's an advantage of the English language that English language gives you. It's a lot of people that understand, you see, English language. And English language not necessary works for those that use one on more than one occasion to hurt the world. That's all there is to it. I invite you guys with my... You see, he is holding his camera in his hands too. I invite you guys on my blog. I welcome you guys on my blog. You're becoming smarter. You're getting a free education. Enjoy. Pavlovich was very proud about counting the money. All through he barely had any kind of money. Whenever they delivered me to him, he was so glad he could make some through the torture. His house, this was a terrorist cell police was using. And in the process of this MK Ultra, he became owned by police completely. They handled him like an animal. I did not have any kind of money. Barely I had any money for anything at all. But in this case, that much more, that much more, that goes against you even more. You try to prove your case, you got burnt even more. So I want you to know, guys, I'm thankful for your business, and it's always open here, as you know, 24/7. You can always find your way back, and you can see some more videos. I always welcome you here. I invite you. You're allowed to come and have a good time here watching my videos. The schizophrenic, schizo, the schizophrenic. Who the schizophrenic, the schizo, who? This I'm gonna say to you exactly what I was told by deputies of King, in a parenthesis, King Charles, Americans. I'll explain to you who the schizo. Schizo. That's the person who has a story without a story. That is the individual without any kind of meaning, basically giving a meaningless story without any point in it. So, you think I'm a schizo? Do you think that what I disclose on the blog doesn't have a point? There is no point in it? It doesn't have a story? That doesn't have an ingredient? That I'm just something talking up into sky? I personally don't think so. I think it's I have not heard for any story that would have as much as ingredient, logic, truth in it as the one I disclosed. No bullshit tellers. I don't have any kind of respect for any book writers. Disclosed any kind of facts pertaining to ability to identify people, identify locations, prove his or her statements along the way as they were writing the book, as I was actually required. That's your schizo, that's your shizo. That much about the shizo and about your masters that you have over there in London and in Moscow and in Warsaw and in Ljubljana and in Belgrade and in Berlin and in London and everywhere else you have that scum. That much about that. This is the case. You're never going to win. You are losers. 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 The question here only is how badly you're going to lose this case. How much more you're going to get beaten up. Because at this point in time, obviously, you're nothing other than punchbacks. That's all you are.